Alright guys, it looks like we are back again. Today we're going to turn up the temperature. That's right guys, I have a really hot topic for you. Today we're going to discuss Shiba Inu coin burns. And if you thought I was crazy before, today you might think that I'm insane. Because I scrolled through all the burn addresses and I added up all the Shiba Inu token burns which I could find. And oh boy, what an experience. Welcome back to SHIB Planet, everyone. This is Ace. Okay, guys, with the release of the SHIBOSHIs, many of you know that there are SHIB burns which are associated with each name change. Today, we're going to add up exactly how many SHIBOSHIs have executed a name change which has resulted in a coin burn. And before we start, let's quickly recap some of the things which we know about burns, just to put things into context. Okay, at the moment, as most of you know, Shiba Inu has roughly about 394 tokens which are currently in part of the circulating supply. And it's important to note that the definition of circulating supply is pretty much all the coins or tokens of a digital asset which have already been purchased and they are already in public hands or wallets and they are available to trade. And it's important to understand what burning actually is. Burning is pretty much the act of removing a coin or a token out of circulation or out of public hands and then sending it permanently and irretrievably to a dead wallet address. So basically, burning actually costs someone because at some point somebody changed fiat currency for these tokens, and now they're effectively sacrificing that value to make the tokens more scarce and then hence more valuable, meaning the price increasing. And I say this deliberately because I know some people think that there's some magic button which the developers are refusing to press, which will magically burn a bunch of tokens. But the reality is the only way we can burn tokens out of circulation is through utility, by getting SHIB to be used in transactions. And that's why the developers are building burn mechanisms into their current and their future projects. All right. Okay. Here's a quick overview of what formal and informal burn mechanisms are currently in place as part of the Shiba Inu ecosystem. Okay, Shiba Inu, it currently burns $25,000 worth of SHIB tokens with every new woofable listing on pair on ShibaSwap. And as you know, $100 worth of SHIB tokens are burnt every name change of a Shiboshi NFT. Also, as you know, Shiba Inu has partnered with Now Payments, and Now Payments is a payment provider which allows everyday businesses to transact in Shiba Inu token. And the agreement is that 3% of all profits from Shiba Inu transactions are going to be burnt and and put together about once a month. And that's pretty huge, guys, because as more adoption grows, particularly of this payment system, that means the burns are going to get bigger each month too. And it's important to note that these aren't the only burns. These are only the first burn implementations which we know of, and there's plenty of transactional utility which is coming up, including NFT gaming, which is most probably going to have some sort of burn mechanism. And also when ShibaNet kicks off, hopefully early next year, we're going to see burns as part of the transactions from all the businesses. I would definitely like to imagine. If you remember what Satoshi said in that last Discord, he mentioned that next year is going to be the year of burns. So I definitely see a lot of these aspects being included into that. And also this part here is not confirmed yet, but I'd like to think that it would be awesome if the fees on Shibarium would also burn SHIB. So because pretty much anything built on Shibarium would burn SHIB like gas fees. The potential for this, in my opinion, is huge because technically anyone can build on a blockchain. Just like right now, SHIB is actually built on Ethereum, and at the moment, many NFT games and projects they're actually being built on layer twos. And if Shiba Inu can nail its layer 2 solution with Shibarium, that's going to attract a lot of, well, it has the potential to attract a lot of projects to build on it. And more projects equals more burns. And also, there are like community, what I like to call community burns. Basically, there are people in the community who voluntarily burn SHIB tokens as well. Especially now that Now Payments is here. Some people have businesses and stuff like that where they can burn SHIB. And there are also some meme coins which have which have been confirmed to burn SHIB tokens. One of them is this mini Shiba Inu, which I once covered in a previous video, and I think their goal or their intention was to burn up about $1.5 million worth of SHIB as they grow in market cap, and I think that coin might actually achieve it because I think with the recent rally that Shiba Inu had, I think this little token also rallied just as well. Also, there's another YouTuber who has a token called Surge Inu, which he released recently. My understanding is it also burns SHIB token as part of some mechanism, but I haven't fully researched into it. Also, most of you guys would know YourPop. He has a store which is burning a percentage of SHIB for each transaction. And even me myself, hopefully this week I'm going to be integrating now payments into my websites so I can finally accept and burn SHIB as well. And I'm sure there's pretty much more, but my point is, as the community grows and gets on board the burning train, then with all these combined and multiplied, Shiba Inu could see an avalanche of burns over the next few years, especially as we grow. And this is going to make it even much more deflationary and gradually increase the price. Okay, let's talk about Shiboshis. Now, I'm sure you guys are familiar with the and let me just head over here. I'm sure you guys are familiar with the Burn Tracker Twitter account. Basically, it's a website which tracks every time that a burn takes place in a particular burn wallet. And if you scroll down on the Twitter page, you'll find that they actually, I'll just scroll down over here. You'll find that there are actually a lot of identical amounts of about 3.7 or 3.5 mil, which are being burned pretty much almost every minute, or at least it was every minute a couple of days ago. And these are actually the NFT Shiboshi burns. If you see this amount of about 3.7 mil, these are actually the Shiboshi burns every time somebody changes a name. So basically, I was curious to see how many have been burnt so far, just so I can get an estimate of the rate and see if we can forecast how much we can expect to be burnt in a year. So pretty much what I did is I went to the Etherscan, I downloaded the data, and this is what I found so far. I'll just quickly show you. This is actually the data which I got from Etherscan, from the blockchain. You can actually tell it says here Shiboshis, and then this is the black hole wallet address, and these are all the amounts. You see, they happen very regularly. 8 minutes, 8 minutes ago, and it's all about 3.7 million, which are being burnt all the time. Anyway, this is what I found so far. Out of the data which I have, there's approximately 1,462 transactions which have taken place over a period of 4 days in regards to the Shiboshis. And the total value of the SHIB burned is about 5.5 billion SHIB tokens over the past 4 days. And I know it's not particularly huge to some people, but that's exactly what we'd expect from burning about $100 worth of SHIB. It's actually a lot less effective, particularly as the price has been increasing. Because as most of you know, about $100 last month or so could get you close to 20 million SHIB, but now it's only getting you about 3 million SHIB. But anyway, let's do an optimistic forecast. The amount which I showed before is it gives us about a rate of about 1.5 billion a day. And if at about 1.5 billion SHIB a day, that's roughly about 500 billion SHIB burnt a year. And what I didn't let you know is that actually wasn't all the Shiboshis which have been burnt. That was about 10% of them. Which had their name changed. So there's definitely the potential for it to be a lot bigger, especially as people buy them and sell them, and then the process continues repeating as people buy them and then rename them. And yeah, that's also something to put into consideration. But you also have to consider that Shiboshis are also probably the smallest aspect of the burns in the Shiba Inu ecosystem. The other burn mechanisms which I mentioned earlier, they're probably going to be much bigger in my opinion, particularly with now that we have now payments on there. So it's possible that we could see several trillion being burned a year once all the utility is working at the same time. So just for fun, guys, let us do a very optimistic but also very possible scenario. Okay, here's my rationale. In the previous bull run, you guys know that Dogecoin managed to hit a market cap of 90 billion. So that suggests to me that the market has about it has about 90 billion dollars worth of room to allocate to a meme project if the conditions are right. And those conditions are, you know, usually how well Bitcoin is performing. And if you notice that at the moment, Doge and SHIB, they're actually being they're being compared a lot in the media, and Shiba Inu's accomplishments, its community, and its utility are standing out quite a lot. So on that basis, I'll say it's very possible that Shiba Inu at some point has the potential to have a 90 billion market cap, especially if Bitcoin rallies towards 100K sometimes next year. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to randomly put in, just so we can get to 90 billion, I'm going to put in 79. So this will take us up to 90 billion. So let's just say this happens at some point. I'll remove all these dates. We'll just put it at maybe October next year. It could be any time, but I'll just put it like that. So by then, I think what I would like to, what you should also note is look at the value of my SHIB tokens here is about 100K. And I would also like to think that if 10,000 little Shiboshis can burn $500 billion, then surely all those other burns, which I mentioned at the beginning, they can amount to something. So I'm going to be ambitious, and I'm going to say that we can burn about maybe 30 trillion just for simulation's sake. So that happens to be about 7.5. So just before I do that, just note the price here. We're about 228 with 3 zeros. So I'm just going to burn about 7.5%. Let's see where that takes us. Cool. So we shaved off about 30 trillion, and the price has gone up to 240, and we've put on about 10K in profit in well, I mean in the value of my SHIB tokens alone. So let's see. So that's what it would look like. Let's see what would happen with anyone who has 1 billion tokens. So I'm just going to multiply that by 2. Anyone with 1 billion tokens will have about $250,000 in this scenario. So that would pretty much mean that if I was to multiply that by 4, our first millionaires would be anybody definitely with anyone with 4 billion. Anyone with 4 billion would probably make up our first millionaire, or our next Shiba Inu millionaires. But of course, guys, this is just a simulation. Either way, I wish you all the best in your Shiba Inu journey, everyone. That's about it from me today. And if you guys are interested in calculating the profit potential of your Shiba Inu or any other crypto for that matter, as you know, I've released my full set of crypto price simulators, which I use in my videos, and they pretty much allow you to simulate the market conditions and to see the impact on your tokens, profit and price. And of course, you can burn SHIB tokens to your heart's content. I'll leave the links to the site, which includes a full demo to the video too. And thank you so much for watching, everyone. This is Ace. Peace.